local guy. He's one of the best Bark and Bytes in the world, frankly. Going up against SS Vertical Hunger, so that ought to be interesting. And Uran versus N-Man, your fellow St. Louis gentleman.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, from the St. Louisite, St. Louisian. Not sure.
St. Louis. I don't know. STL boys. That's what we say.
Absolutely. It's like Nelly said. You're from the Lou and you're proud. So. Down, down, baby, full speed in a Range Rover. Street Super, baby, ready to let it go. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff. Okay, well, I'm going to stop spitting rhymes right now. And we are going to get to the arms action. Coming up here, we got darts, defaults for life and customs rule. Okay, that's pretty funny. But coming up here, I think you know these two gentlemen quite well. Yeah,
we got N-Man going to probably pull out his min-min here. Usually playing the default min, so he's probably the defaults for life since St. Louis has always been a defaults-heavy community. And Uran over-representing Ninjara and MWE.
Absolutely. The STL well represented here in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Traveled halfway across the country to join us here at Summer Jam 12. Once again, thank you to BigE Gaming for providing this incredibly hospitable atmosphere. It's an FGC event, but they welcomed us with open arms, and for that, we cannot thank them enough. It is indeed going to be the Min-Min, and it looks like it's taking on Springman.
Ninjara.
Oh, Ninjara. Oh, my gosh, it is Ninjara. There you go.
Alrighty, there we see.
I saw it's a different color hair. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's not the springy pompadour that we're used to. And welcome to Top 8 action here at Summer Jam 12. Time to catch these arms.
Yeah, right off the bat here, we're seeing both players go with sets they're very comfortable with. No surprises really from either. N-Man always been a fan of the Dragon on Min-Min. And of course, Uran always been using Sparky on Ninjara ever since day one, I believe.
Now it's and you can see that it works there. Excellent use of the paralysis and right into one of the pillars. That is going to leave a mark. Now, obviously, the pillars provide a little bit more of a defensive element to the game, but I would think advantage Ninjara just because he can duck around those pillars and find better vantage points, right?
Yeah, and also the fact that he has a chakram on him will allow him to get around these pillars a little better when they're up. But both of them seem to be kind of doing their best to destroy pillars. It seems more like Uran wants to get them down, and N-Man's cowering behind them, trying to maybe get at some dragon positioning, maybe charge up, since he does want to get that dragon arm on Min-Min.
Absolutely. We know exactly how much damage that thing seems to inflict. Excellently employed grab, and that is N-Man, who's already down to half of his health. It seemed like a far closer match than it seems, and that is going to be a rush from Uran. Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, N-Man's definitely
stumbling over my words. That's how fast-paced this action is, folks.
Yeah.
And oh wow, that is N-Man just tagging Uran for the final blow of that first game of this first set.
Yeah,
Top 8 action.
That right there shows you how powerful the Dragon Arm can be on Min-Min. For the beginning there, it was looking like he was floundering a little, but as soon as he got up that Dragon Arm, that nade just kept coming out and out. Ended up helping him take that first round.
Just not finding her with these punches. I mean, the side dodging game. Oh, but he catches him with the rush in the corner. No referee to pull him out of this corner.
Yeah, and N-Man's already down to about a quarter of his life here, while Uran just took his first hit. N-Man's really going to have to play safe if he wants to bring this back, though that rush that he just got could help him out.
He's been mostly on the defensive for this entire match, doing well to avoid a lot of these hits with the side strafing, but ultimately he will have to take the initiative in this matchup, but he will not do it here. It's Uran taking his first game of this best-of-3 clip in the first set. And now we'll have to see a strategic adjustment, perhaps. No. And Ninjara just going straight up gloves here.
Yeah, that definitely gives him a better time pressuring over on Min-Min. Since when Min-Min doesn't have Dragon Arm, she can be kind of frail, so you can get right up in her face and pressure her a little easy, since her one girth is pretty tiny.
Absolutely. Not giving N-Man any room to breathe at all. And let's not forget, this is elimination bracket action. The winner of this going on to the losers quarterfinal. What a rush!
Yeah,
shout out to the Road Warriors.
Both of them going for their rushes. The double glove rush will be just a little bit faster than the Ram rush that N-Man was going for, which gave Uran a pretty sizable health lead now. So N-Man does seem to be taking it back now that he's got up his famous boneless pizza charged Ram.
No, that's it's just like in Smash, speed kills in this game, and Ninjara definitely with the advantage in speed, although about even in terms of health. N-Man doing very well to adjust to the occasion here.
Yeah, he's going to pop his rush
Oh,
there.
and the rush!
That's going to confirm.
In the
That will
corner,
kill!
there it goes! And N-Man pulling it back, and he takes it 2-1, and he'll go up in the set 1-0. So obviously, Uran, it looked like he had the game well in hand, but obviously N-Man just nickel and diming him wherever he possibly could, and eventually that rush closing out the set. So what does Uran do to adjust there?
I think if Uran wants to come back and take the next game, he's going to want to use the same set, I think. The double glove is really good at pressuring Min, especially if he's going to have the Dragon Arm, which is a slower arm. And I think he just wants to get in there, not respect Min-Min's options, really. Never let her get the Dragon, basically.
It seemed like that was the case. Min seemed to be on the defensive for a lot of that belt. It was Uran was doing a lot of things right.
Yeah.
But ultimately could not come away with the win. That's it's interesting when you see that happen, because it usually means that the options that you're going with just are not working, or something is going wrong. And we do see a change to the Tri-Blasters here.
Yeah, Tri-Blast and Slapman are definitely really good arms against Min. Both of them, if they hit while charged, they'll give instant knockdown, which will reset Min's Dragon Arm, meaning that he'll have to work again to get that one grab or that knockdown, giving him enough time to charge.
Yeah, no, plenty of interesting offensive options for Min. Again, I mean, presents some incredible mix-up opportunities that N-Man, he found just enough of, but I feel like more opportunities could have been taken in that last set at least.
Yeah, we see Uran now, though. He's getting a lot of good pressure again. We saw right away N-Man got his Dragon Arm up. It was knocked down pretty much as soon as he got it by Uran. And now he's struggling to get the lead up, but he will get it and knocked down right away again. Uran's
with the
just
Tri-Blast, too.
Punishing everything that N-Man's trying to go for as soon as he gets these charges.
And now you see Uran with the counter-attacking game, and this seems to be where he has found some comfort. An incredibly effective rush, sending N-Man up and out, although he is still alive. But it's Uran trying to tie this thing up at 1 in terms of the set. He'll have to win one more round in order for that to be the case. But N-Man needs to make some adjustments, and fast. And you see that with a boomerang on his left.
And the thing about Buster is the fact that it can cut off a lot of offensive and defensive movement. Because it has Divider up top, you have the Hot Pockets down at the bottom that can really mess up with Wake Up. N-Man does have his rush, he's trying to press that. He's going to use it right there. Uran going to look to punish it, not quite escape, but won't take nearly the max amount of damage that he could have.
Absolutely. I think we just about saw the max on that last rush, and that Ninjara of Uran's definitely saying that the discretion is the better part of valor, and getting out of the way of that rush. And now it's Ninjara with the rush. Uran, oh, good grab in the corner, and might be employing it here, and indeed he does. And he will get the knockout and the 2-0 victory in game number 2. We are going to a third in this best-of-3 clip, Hamma.
Yeah, what a decisive victory that was for Uran. Like you saw, he didn't respect any of the options. He just went in, threw out that Tri-Blast, got some Oki pressure, and that was pretty much just the flounder of N-Man. If N-Man wants to succeed, I think he's going to want to reevaluate if he's using that Dragon at all.
Yeah, that is an interesting question, because obviously it provides a halfway decent option, but if Uran is not respecting it, then what good does it do? So you have to throw out something else. And it's like if you're expecting the fastball, you throw the changeup, and we're going to see exactly what is in N-Man's arsenal in this Game 3 in the elimination round. The winner goes on, the loser goes home. This is for all the marbles.
Yeah, Via Dolce, what an interesting choice over here. I mean, usually this is considered more of an offensive stage since it cuts off movement in a very similar way to Buster Beach. But N-Man seems to be very confident that he can make this work, and using that Dragon again.
Well, the Uran's Ninjara was very effective with his corner work. Absolute monster, pinning N-Man up against the walls. Really had no answer when he had him up against the corner again. That's where he seemed to employ a lot of those grabs and a lot of those rushes to tremendous effect.
Yeah, and we can see Uran's already got N-Man in the corner back here of Via Dolce. Via Dolce is essentially all corners at some points. And this back corner is not a place you want to be, especially if your opponent has rush.
And he cannot get out of it. That rush building up. And for Ninjara, and he can employ it at about any time. Does not punish the get up. And he's He's looking for pretty much anything that he can possibly get, looking to utilize that dragon perhaps a little bit better than he did in Game 2. That seems to be where the tide turned, Hamma.
Yeah, and right now we're seeing N-Man once again not being able to get his dragon arm up. He's having to go into the air. He's having to counter everything that uran10's doing there. We see he had an arm out retraction, so while he might have had time if his arm was back, he just couldn't get the dragon because he overcommitted a little bit.
I mean, and every time N-Man comes out of that corner, you see uran10 there to meet him, and it's really just duck and cover. Really like he's just playing Call of Duty. Get behind cover when you're shooting out the arms. Obviously, you don't have extendable arms in Call of Duty, but just run with the analogy. Just duck behind cover, and when you're ready to go on the offensive, aim and fire, and he's been tagging N-Man from quite the distance. N-Man wasn't able to get out of that corner. It's only really just now that N-Man has started to assert himself. And into the rush. Oh my goodness, anything you can do, I can do better, says N-Man. That's the exact amount of damage that he needed, and waste the rush. Well shielded by N-Man at the end, but man, that's a big miss for uran10.
Yeah, and now N-Man still has his dragon arm up, though he will lose it right there to a knockdown. Both of them kind of feeling each other out now, staying in this middle section. Neither one really wants to approach, but N-Man gonna get that dragon snipe and get his arm back up.
It is uran10, by the way. I haven't mispronounced it. It's a soft A sound. My bad, folks. Either way, these are some hard punches coming in from his Ninjara. And N-Man looking to get back on the offensive, but uran10, he's timing those tri-blasts pretty well upon the get-up. Usually tagging him about 50-60% of the time, but N-Man, there he goes with the KO. We are going to a round 3. There's 3 rounds. I mean, last round, last game. This is it. This is as high stakes as it gets, especially in the elimination bracket.
Yeah, loser of this is going home, and N-Man's going to start at a disadvantage since uran10 does have his rush ready to go right away.
No changes in their setups. I kind of wonder if this is where you pull out an ace in the hole, but none of them really choosing to do so here, Hamma.
Yeah, we see N-Man does switch off of that Ram over to a nade. He's going to try to punish uran10's rush there. He's not going to get anything off of it, but he won't take any damage himself, so pretty fair trade there, I'd say.
No problem at all. Sometimes the best offense is a good defense, and uran10's defensive work is something to be admired. It was really N-Man's persistence that gave him the second game.
Yeah, N-Man's constantly persisting here now, trying to get those dragon snipes and combo them into nade confirmed. And the fact he has rush now with the nade is going to be pretty great. If he gets an explosion confirmed, he can rush right into it.
But he's not getting it right now, and the Ninjara of uran10 just looking for whatever he possibly can, pile on the damage before N-Man decides to employ that rush. I mean, a combo into the rush, certainly possible. Could he be employing it here? Oh, he's going to get punished hard for that. Overextended just a little bit. Yeah. One well-timed rush here could very well do it. N-Man on the cusp of victory here. uran10 needs to be very careful. The rush is going to be employed. He's going to wait a second. Oh, he's not going to get nearly enough.
Yeah, and I think a rush confirm will kill at this point against N-Man, so he's going to have to watch out. No!
Oh, did he get tagged?
Cancel!
He got tagged! uran10 got caught, and N-Man survives the rush and moves on to loser's quarterfinal.
What a punish by N-Man, using the nade charge in order to punish the rush. That deep like hitbox can be quite a killer sometimes if they have the explosion arm.
Hit on the exact right frame for that to work. What a way to kick off top 8 here at Summer Jam 12, Hamma.
Yeah, we're seeing right away tense matches, tense action. Everything here is just going to be insanity.
Oh, I mean, I think it is full-on insane already. We are seeing some high-quality gameplay featuring some of the best that North America ARMS has to offer, and we certainly like to thank you for joining us out there, twitch.tv/bros_Calamity. We invite you to follow us on all forms of social media because we do the Switch meetups where we have an ARMS tournament, got Mario Tennis Aces. Next week's Switch meetup, we're going to have Empire Arcadia versus the Laboratory All-Stars in Splatoon 2. So that's going to be a fun time. That's September 22nd, but we got all sorts of things going on. Smash, Mario Tennis Aces, ARMS. Got a whole lot of ARMS going on, actually, a bit more than I would have expected. And that's the sort of thing that surprises me, is that the ARMS community is far bigger than it lets on, Hammer.
Yeah, and the ARMS community, if you're looking to get in touch with the ARMS community, like you're liking what you see here, go ahead and check out Discord. That's where most of us are at. A lot of us are on ARMS Central. that's a great place to get plugged in, meet new players, meet professional players. All of us are pretty much there.